Have you ever thought about filming a video and then having your camera just straight up just not turning on, so then you're scared that your camera is actually broken, you don't know what you're gonna do? Okay, maybe not, but that was my situation just an hour ago. I was stressing out, this camera was not turning on, and I was really worried that my fairly expensive camera was not going to be working after only like 5 months. But we got it working, it's looking good, everything's great, everything's wonderful. Hello everybody, this is that Manga Dude, and welcome to another pickups video. This is for the month of August 2023. We are now officially in September, my favorite month. I was gonna say the best month. That's I guess that's up for debate. But my favorite month because it is my birthday month. My birthday is much later in the month though, so we'll probably have some kind of video for it as we get closer to that. But yeah, this is going to be all of the pickups that I made in August of 2023. I actually did not pick up a ton, mostly because some things happened in the back in my personal life that kind of limited how many volumes I was able to pick up, but I still managed to pick up a pretty good chunk, at least 40 plus volumes, and a lot of really great stuff, so I'm really excited to get into it. Let's get started right now. Okay, so if you've never been to one of my pickups videos before, I usually start with publishers and creators of manga that I didn't get a lot of, or either defunct or no longer existing. Most of these are still around, I just did not get a lot of volumes from them. So let's get started real quick. So first off, from one of my favorite indie publishers now, and that is Glacier Bay Books, I picked up this beautiful Gladiola 1. So what this is basically, this is a comics compilation of a variety of different artists, all put together in this beautiful release. All the artists are here on the back here if you wanted to check that out real quick and see them. I don't know if you can get this anymore, but this was actually something that I think it was like kind of like a Kickstarter kind of thing that I managed to put my money into, and I'm really happy I did because man, this thing looks gorgeous and I can't wait to read it. Glacier Bay Books is super awesome, by the way. If you haven't ever checked out any of the works that they've published in English, you should really give them a shot. They have a lot of fantastic work out in the world, so go check it out when you can. Alright, up next, from Del Rey, I actually picked up the first volume of Kyuko-chan, the Earth Invader Girl from Ueda Hajime, which I found out this is the same mangaka behind Fooly Cooly or something like that, the creator. I don't really know, but this is another one of those series that my fiance read when they were younger, and yeah, I haven't ever seen this before. It looks kind of cool, so interested to see what it's all about. Alright, up next, this are 2 volumes from Tokyo Pop. First up is going to be If My Favorite Pop Idol Made It to the Budokan, I Would Die. Man, what a name. It's a really long name, and yeah, this is a volume that I've been kind of looking for a while, because a lot of people were saying it's going to be really good, and I think it released like a few months ago, but man, like, trying to find this anywhere has been almost impossible. Managed to find it at Kinokuniya, thank goodness, but yeah, the only thing I really know about this is basically there's this idol group, they're like an underground idol group, and there's this girl, or like this like group of people who really like this idol group, and they each have their, you know, biases or whatever, and one of the girls really likes one of the girls in the idol group, and yeah, I guess that's the story. So interested to see where this goes. I don't really know much about it, but I'm kind of excited. Alright, up next, this is a Tokyo Pop release again. This is Welcome Back. Oh boy, I probably should have looked up how to pronounce this. Ariole. I don't know how to pronounce this word. If you do, please let me know in the comments below. And it's presented by Takatsu. So if you don't know who that is, it is the same mangaka behind Skip and Loafer, under a different name, I believe. I actually don't know what the full name is, but yeah, same mangaka, and I believe this is a BL story, and yeah, I'm excited to check it out, because I really love Skip and Loafer. If you didn't know, Skip and Loafer is fantastic. I wish the releases were a little bit faster, but okay, because I know we're pretty much close to the Japanese release, so it's okay, it's fine. But yeah, interested to see what other stuff this mangaka creates. Up next, so this is from Square Enix. I picked up the next volume of The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses. This is volume 5 from Kome Fujichika. I have been on the rabbit hole of just like rom-com series in high school / junior high, and this is just another one of those. Yeah, I've been really enjoying it for the most part. I think the first 4 volumes were a ton of fun. This guy is down so bad, and this girl is surprisingly bad at forgetting her glasses every single time. It's kind of worrying, to say the least. But yeah, it's a fun series. I don't know, it's kind of cute. If you like Comey, I would say check this out. And yeah, I don't know about the anime, but the manga is good. Alright, up next, another one from Square Enix. I picked up Yu Morikawa's Mr. Villain's Day Off. Wow, I totally butchered that. Let's try that one more time. This is Yu Morikawa's Mr. Villain's Day Off Volume 1. There we go. That's how you speak words. But basically what the series is it is a slice of life series about this demon lord dude, this big villain guy who's like, he's going to destroy the world, but on his day off, he just kind of just does whatever. He loves pandas and goes to the zoo and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what this entire series is about. I'm excited to read this because a lot of people have been hyping it up and saying it's actually really good. And it looks pretty good. I mean, this cover is kind of nice. It looks like stupid fun, so I'm really excited to check it out. Alright, up next, I picked up 2 volumes from Denpa, so I picked up the next volume of Under Ninja. This is volume 2 by Kengo Hanazawa. If you don't know what Under Ninja is this series about this kind of like laid-back loser dude who's supposedly like a ninja, and he gets like a mission to go do something, but he's super lazy, doesn't really want to do anything. But yeah, he goes and just does what he needs to do. It's a really weird series. I don't really know how else to explain it. I would say definitely just check out the first chapter for volume 1 and see how you feel about it. And if you don't like it, that's too bad. If you do like it, great. We'll talk about it in my reading log when I decide to read this. Alright, up next, I picked up volume 2 of Baby Bear's Bakery from Kamentotsu. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited that we got the second volume already, or we got the second volume now, because the first volume was so cute. Very underrated series, at least underrated, I don't know. Very under-discussed, which is unfortunate because this series is super cute. I feel like if people knew about it, they would actually try and read it because the art is adorable, the story is cute, and the characters are really well drawn. So, I don't know, it's a really good one if you just need like a little slice of life baking series. Give it a shot. It's super good. Alright, up next, from Seven Seas, I only picked up 2 volumes from Seven Seas, which is kind of surprising because I actually read a lot from Seven Seas nowadays. Their releases, I guess, are pretty split apart, so, you know, you take it as you will. But I read the 5th volume of Candy and Cigarettes from picked up the 5th volume of Candy and Cigarettes from Tomonori Inoue. I did read this, actually, funny enough, which is why I said it. But I won't be talking about what it's about. But yeah, really excited to get another volume of this. Candy and Cigarettes has been a ton of fun to read and check out. So having the 5th volume is awesome. I believe we are about halfway through the series now. So excited to see where this story goes. Alright, up next, I picked up the next hardcover of the Lupin the Third series compilation releases. This one is Thick as Thieves, and this is, yeah, just another compilation manga of a variety of stories from the Lupin the Third manga that the Seven Seas team / the whoever owns it team put together in order to bring it over to the United States again. Yeah, I really like the first one for the most part. I think it's aged kind of poorly in some parts, so really interested to see if this one pulls different stories, to see more kind of, not necessarily flexibility, but more diversity in terms of the stories and more about the other characters as well. So yeah, these releases are super awesome. I love the hardcover stuff. Not always the most fun to read per se, because you kind of have to read like this. But yeah, excited to have this, and yeah, I can't wait to talk about it. Alright, let us continue. So, now we have the bigger publishers, or the publishers I got more manga from. Managed to pick up a lot, actually, from Kodansha and Yen Press as usual. But yeah, let's get started with Kodansha first. So, I picked up the 3rd volume of Welcome to Demon School Rumakun from Osamu Nishi. Yeah, I've been surprisingly liking this series a lot more than I was expecting. Yeah, basically follows the story about this kid here, Rumakun, who is a human going to a monster school, or, excuse me, a demon school. Yeah, and it's just like a kind of a fun little, I want to say it's like a school life series. There appears to be some action brewing here and there, and it's got some action here and there. I haven't read this particular volume just yet, but I have really enjoyed the first 2 volumes. They are a ton of fun. Oh, excuse me, I picked up the 8th volume of Witch Hat Atelier from Kamome Shirahama, which has that really bizarre little thing, the Will Eisner winner banner, I guess. I've always found these to be fascinating, and I kind of want to make a video about like the weird advertisements that you can find on covers and spines of certain series. This isn't the only one, of course. This is the only one that I remember that has the Will Eisner one, but I don't know. If I ever decide to make that video, I guess you'll see what I'm talking about. But yeah, Witch Hat Atelier, as always, fantastic series. Really, really, really loving it. And I've been slowly but surely trying to catch up. I think I'm only 2 volumes away from being fully caught up because I think the 11th volume just got delayed recently, which is really a shame because this series is so flipping good. I've talked about it a lot on this channel, and I really like discussing it because the series has so good for so many different demographics, so many different people. It's a series that really transcends like a variety of genres as well. The art is always super gorgeous. It's so good. I mean, honestly, give it a shot. And if you dislike it, well, you're probably the first person I've ever heard that they disliked Witch Hat Atelier. But honestly, give it a shot. It's a ton of fun. All right, up next, I picked up the first volume of Windbreaker. I just said volume 1 of Windbreaker from Satoru Nii. I actually did a whole video, FBI, with one of these being one of the series that I talked about. And yeah, so if you want my full description and overall like status on how I feel about the series, especially the first volume, go check out that video. And if you want the condensed version, wait until the reading log that's going to come out next week, where I will be talking about this again. But yeah, excited to have this. It's basically about this like delinquent kid who just likes to fight and he wants to be the top of the school, and he comes to find out that the school he's transferring to is no longer really like a truly like violent school. They're more of like a kind of like a peacekeeping corps in a way that defends the neighborhood from other gangs that are around the city. So yeah, it's fun. It's a ton of fun, and I really hope that people actually give it a shot because it's cool. Alright, up next, this is from Yen Press now. We got the 3rd volume of Honey Lemon Soda from Mayu Murata. And yeah, excited to check this out. Haven't read it just yet, but yeah, if you don't know about the series, it's a very, very long shoujo series, and we are very behind in English. I think there's like almost 20 plus, if there isn't 20 plus volumes of this series in Japan, and we're only on volume 3. But yeah, it's just a cute little high school rom-com series, and I really like the first 2 volumes. The art is super good, and you should give it a shot if you like any of those genres. Alright, up next, I picked up the 2nd volume of Yokohama Station SF from Yuba Isukari and Gonbei Shinkawa. This series is super cool, and I don't get why no one is talking about it, but the first volume was fantastic. I talked about it in, I think, the reading log, or the reading log for last month, actually, or maybe 2 months ago. I don't know. It wasn't that long ago, but basically it follows the story about this like giant station that is taking over all of Japan and quickly spreading across everywhere. But it's building out, yeah, this station that you can walk around in, but you need to have like this clearance and like there's a bunch of security for it, and anybody who doesn't like fall into the rules of that gets kicked out basically and has to live off the scraps of this new station thing. So it's a really cool dystopian sci-fi series. Awesome art. It's super cool. I think it's based off of a light novel, but man, it is a ton of fun, and I'm really wishing more people were talking about it because the series is super cool. I can't wait to read this 2nd volume. I actually just recently picked this up, so I haven't read it yet, but really excited to go check it out soon. Alright, up next, I picked up another volume of Soul Eater. This is volume 13 from Atsushi Okubo. I haven't read the series in a while, but that's because I haven't been able to pick up volumes in a while. It has been difficult to find these the individual Yen Press volumes instead of the like complete editions or whatever, like the hardcovers from I think it's Square Enix. But I actually prefer these smaller ones. I've always preferred a smaller reading format because I like to read with one hand instead of having to read kind of like on my lap, like kind of like this. But yeah, this series is super fantastic. I love it so much, and I'm really excited to get into this 13th volume. Alright, up next, one of the series that I have so much enjoyed over the past year and coming into this year, Kowloon Generic Romance. This is volume 4 from Jun Miyazuki. Man, it just keeps getting better and better, and I'm super excited to get into this volume. The first 3 volumes were crazy in a weird way, like nothing like super actiony or anything. It poses a lot of questions that you can kind of try to answer by yourself, but the series seems like it's going to totally just throw a 180 and get ready. So I really don't know what's going to happen, but yeah, these volumes are so good, and they're such fast reads too, considering. Yeah, can't wait to get into this one as well. All right, up next, I picked up that next hardcover of Emma that I needed. This is volume 2 from Keira Mori, and yeah, this is a really cool release. I don't know, this is one of the only like true hardcovers that I really actually enjoy reading. I don't know why. This and A Bright Story were some of my favorites in terms of hardcover stuff. Kamen Rider was pretty good, but it felt like it was gonna fall apart at any moment, and yeah, the Lupin the Third ones are fine as well, but yeah, the Emma ones, I don't know, they're really, really good. And yeah, follows the story about this English maid who works for this older lady duchess person. I don't remember what she is. She's basically like a kind of like a tutor or like an in-home teacher, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. They have like a specific name for it, and I've totally forgotten it. That's my bad. But she meets this richer fellow, and yeah, it's about their kind of lives, I guess. I think is the best way to put it. But the first volume ended on a huge like plot twist / big moment, and I'm kind of curious as to what's going to happen in the second volume. But yeah, it's a really cool series, and can't wait to read this one. Okay, we're going into Viz Media. I'm going to tackle the Viz signature first, then I'm going to take a pause, and we're going to go into basically everything else from Viz. But I got only 2 volumes under the Viz signature line, and that is Hentei, Volume 1. This is The People of Ristorante Paradiso. So this is a Natsume Ono series. I don't really know much about it, but Natsume Ono is one of my favorite mangaka. I don't talk about her enough, which is my fault. Honestly, I should probably talk about her more, but she has some great series out there. Not Simple comes to mind as one of my favorite one-shots. What's it called? Oh, the bear one. And I've heard Aka 13 is also really good, but I haven't read that just yet. But yeah, I picked up this one. I don't know what it's about, but excited to get into it as usual. And last but not least, for the Viz signature, I picked up the first volume of Heart Gear from Tsuyoshi Takaki. So another series that I talked about in my FVI for August, so you should go give it a shot. And go see my full synopsis and my full review of this series. But super excited to have this. If you don't know who Tsuyoshi Takaki is, it's the same mangaka behind Black Torch, which is a series that I think is super underrated and I wish more people talked about, but I totally get it because it kind of just went under the radar. No one really talked about it. It just happened. It came and it went. It was 5 volumes. It's pretty good. The art is fantastic, and that continues to be the case in this one. I will talk more about, more like condensed version about this in the reading log. But yeah, super excited to have this. Alright, let's get into the rest of the Viz Media stuff. So there is a lot of Viz Media stuff, so let's get started real quick. We're going to start with the Shoujo Beat stuff. So, picked up 2 volumes of Anonymous Noise. This is volumes 11 and 12 from Ryoko Fukuyama, excuse me. I just drank a bunch of water and now I've got like air bubbles stuck in my body. But yeah, this is a really great series. I've been really enjoying this one quite a bit, and I've talked about it in quite a few reading logs recently, mostly because I've been picking up these volumes pretty fast, but super good, super fun, really edgy, honestly, and there's a lot of drama and pretty messy, but it's a ton of fun if you want like a music-based like drama series or drama romance series based in high school. It's a ton of fun. Basically, it follows a story about this girl who loves to sing with her neighbor, and then her neighbor has something happen and he disappears for a long time. So she loses her like ability to sing in a way, and ends up meeting another guy he's kind of a brat, kind of a jerk, but gets her to sing again, and it's about their love triangle basically as they all proceed to grow up and meet each other again in high school. So yeah, it's a ton of fun. I love it, and can't wait to read these. Alright, up next, I picked up Yona of the Dawn Volume 4 from Mizuho Kusanagi. I'm super excited to finally get another volume of this. It has been nearly impossible to find volumes that are not like totally terribly printed. This one is pretty good, so excited to have this. Can't wait to read more of it. I haven't read it in a while, so I'll probably have to reread the first 2 volumes again. But yeah, it's historical drama, romance, a bunch of politics story. Can't wait to check out more. It's gonna be fun. Alright, up next, I picked up the 3rd volume of Full Moon O Sagashite from Arina Tanamura. Yeah, I like the first volume a lot. Basically follows the story about this girl who has a terminal illness. But she is given basically her wish to become a singer before she eventually passes away. So now she's this pop singer that's really good, and yeah, it's cute, it's fun. There are some terrible people already in the first volume, and they made me very mad. So hopefully they get their comeuppance later in the series series, but yeah, really cute series, and a lot of people I know really like it. My fiance loves the anime and plays a lot of the music, so excited to get into this and continue the series. Alright, going into Shonen Jump, actually, because my Shonen Jump volumes are actually less than the Viz logo one, aka the Shonen Sunday ones. You'll see. But I picked up the next volume of Shouha Shoten from Akinari Asakura and Takashi Obata. I love this series, and I'm so happy to get the third volume. I've talked about this a couple times now, but this series is so much fun. It's super funny. The art is great, as always. Takashi Obata knocks it out of the park. And yeah, just really excited to read this volume and see what these two are all about. Okay, up next, I picked up the second volume of Ease? I believe it's Ease, from Masakazu Katsura. I don't know anything about the series, but I'm trying to collect it because I think my goal currently is to try to collect as many of the Viz Media, kind of like the Shonen Jump Advanced and the Shonen Jump series in general. I'm not confident that I'll ever be able to collect Ultimate Muscle or Knights of the Zodiac, but I think Ease is possible. Maybe I'll regret saying that someday, but yeah, I don't know much about this. I believe this is the same manga behind Video Girl AI or I, so yeah, I guess I will read this at some point soon. Alright, up next, I picked up the next two volumes of Whistle that I needed. This is volumes 21 and 22. Oh man, Whistle's so great, and I'm so happy to finally have these two volumes. I actually managed to pick these up online from a company called Merry Manga Company, or Merry Manga Co. They are really great online, like, retailer. They sell everything for lower than typical price, and their customer service is fantastic. The shipping, it does take a little long, I think, because this was one that I think that was probably in like their warehouse. But regardless, they came in fantastic condition. I'm so happy to have them. Thank you, Merry Manga Co. for yeah, sending these over. I appreciate it. Obviously, I bought them. I do not have a sponsorship, but I always want to shout out any kind of like small press or small shops, because they deserve all of the love they can get, because they are awesome. Alright, up next, I picked up the next two volumes of Nura, Rise of the Yokai Clan that I needed. This is volumes 3 and 4. I only read the first volume, and I thought it was pretty good. But yeah, I definitely need to read more of it and see if I actually really enjoy it. But the art is really good, and I'm excited to keep reading, I guess. Alright, up next, I picked up the last volume of Ayashimon from Yuji Kaku. This is volume 3, and yeah, I didn't know how the series ended so fast. I know it got canceled, but like 3 volumes? That's it? Like, dang, man. Excited to get more into this. I like the first 2 volumes a lot. I thought the art is really good. Yuji Kaku is the same mangaka behind Hell's Paradise Jigo Kudoku, which is a series that I really enjoyed recently. So yeah, I want to know what happens, I guess. Alright, up next, we got this absolutely terrifying volume of Jujutsu Kaisen. This is volume 20 from Gege Akutami. This is the newest volume featuring this very muscular man who shows up in this volume specifically. And yeah, I'm excited to get into this. I really like Jujutsu Kaisen, if you didn't know. And I know season 2 is going hard, and I have not watched any of it. So maybe I'll get watching sometime soon. Alright, up next, I picked up the absolutely hyped up and definitely worth all the hype volume 1 of Akane-Banashi from Yuki Suenaga and Takamasa Maue. Wow. Fantastic. It's so good. It's another one that showed up in my FVI. Definitely give it a shot. It's super cool. I'll talk more about this in the reading log if you don't want to watch the FVI, but I won't talk about it here. But yeah, all I will say is this cover and spine is gorgeous. Okay, coming into the Shonen Sunday volumes. So, first up, I picked up 4 volumes of Yakitate Japan. This is 16, 17, 18, and 19. Yeah, this series continues to be a ton of fun. It's super good. I can't wait to finish it. I'm pretty close now. I think I'm only like 10 volumes away from being done. But yeah, it's just a fun little baking series. It's cool. It's hilarious. It's weird. But honestly, it's a ton of fun, and I enjoy it a lot. Alright, up next, I picked up the 3rd volume of Inubaka, Crazy for Dogs, from Yukiya Sakuragi. Basically follows the story about this girl who starts working at a pet shop, and yeah, she's learning about dogs and everything, and yeah, it was a really weird first volume. I haven't read it since, but I do have 2 more volumes to check out now, so yeah, I will be reading it probably very soon. I just remember liking it for the most part. I thought the dog art was really good, and I think the character art is fine. Not really in my cup of tea per se, but yeah, it's still enjoyable. Can't wait to get more into it. Alright, up next, I picked up 4 volumes of Kakaishi. This is volumes 10, 11, 12, and 13 of this series. Man, I love this series too! Just like Yakitate Japan. I wish more people talked about this series, to be honest. It's a really good shonen series, and it's a ton of fun. Yellow Tanabe is a fantastic artist and writer. A lot of crazy stuff happens in this series. Basically follows a story about these Kakaishi, like it says, who are basically, best way to say is they're kind of like exorcists slash like demon slayers in a way, and they have to defend the Yukikimori site. I think that's how you pronounce it. Something like that. But basically, like, it's their school. Their school has basically like this breeding ground to make all these demons stronger, so they have to defend it with their lives. And yeah, it's really fun. I like it a lot. This story is so much fun. Can't wait to keep reading it. Alright, up next, I picked up the 1st volume of something called Switch, which is by Naked Ape, I guess, which I believe is supposed to be the artists, or the creators Saki Oto and Nakamura Tomomi. I don't know anything about this. It just has a gun on the front, and yeah, that's all I got. The art looks really good. I think it's going to be like a drama kind of series, so we'll see how good it is, and I'll let you know how I feel about it. Up next, I picked up the next volume of Komi. This is volume 26 from Tomohito Oda, and like I always say, it's Komi. It's there. It exists. It's fun. Yeah, can't wait to get into this next volume. And last but not least, the last 2 volumes I'm going to be talking about that I picked up were the individual volumes of Inuyasha. This is volumes 3 and 4. Yeah, I read the first couple volumes recently, and I knew I had to keep reading this because this series is so good. It's so much fun, and I really like it. I think this is one of Rumiko Takahashi's best work. I know that's debatable. People will say, what about Ranma? What about My Son Koku? Holy moly. Well, we'll see. Currently, Ranma is my favorite, but man, Inuyasha is very, very good, and I'm super happy to have these 2 volumes. And that is going to be it for the pickups for August of 2023. What did you like? What did you see that you were like, you need to read that right now? Let me know in the comments below. And also let me know what you picked up in August of 2023, or really any time, because some people watch these videos like years later. Totally cool. I don't care. Let me know what you're picking up. And yeah, maybe I'll add it to my read list. Actually, I will add it to my read list. I won't say that I'm going to be reading it anytime soon, but just know that it is in the back of my head, and I do have it on a notes app. So I am keeping track of those suggestions. But that's going to be it for this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Those are all super cool things. You're all amazing. If you've already done that and stuff, then yeah, give you 2 thumbs up curved. Because doing it like this, it's kind of weird looking. But if you don't do any of those things, regardless, thanks for watching. You watched like 25 minutes of me talking about manga, so appreciate it a lot. Thank you so much for all your support. And yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye.